Good morning, children. I hope you all might be fit and fine at your homes. So today I have come with another chapter, that is Dusk by Saki. So we feel like helping others, helping the needy people, isn't it? And by doing so, we find immense satisfaction, immense pleasure by helping others. But you know what happens sometimes, that we are cheated or we are fooled by the people whom we help. So this has happened in this chapter with the main character, whose name is Norman Godsby. He is a protagonist in this chapter. Protagonist means the main character around whom the entire story revolves. Now let's proceed further. Norman Godsby was sitting on a bench in Hyde Park, and he was observing people in the park. There were many people in the park of all ages, and he was there, in the evening, because the line suggests it was some 30 minutes past 6 on an early March evening. So this line suggests that it was the evening time. Okay. Now, so since it was evening time, there were many people in the park of all ages. Some were old, some were young, and they all were, defeated or dejected, sitting in a disappointed manner on the benches. He was observing them, and he concluded that everyone has lost the battle of life. So those who were there in the park, they were disappointed people, and they were there because they wanted to spend their time all alone. And this was the same case with Norman Godsby. He also didn't feel like talking to anybody or interacting to anybody, so he also sat all alone on the bench. Now next to him there was an old man, okay, who was sitting, he who was sitting next to him in the same helpless and lonely manner. So after some time, this old man, he leaves for his home, where the author has described that place where he is wanted no more, or he is ignored. So when he leaves for his home, there comes another young man, and he takes the place of the old man, where the old man was sitting on the bench. Now, although this young man, he looked fairly decent, who also seems depressed. Okay, he was also upset and depressed. Now, since Norman Godsby was also dejected, depressed, but still out of courtesy, he asked him that what was the reason of his unhappiness. He asked the strange man that why was he dejected. Then this man gets on, he just goes on to explain his entire story, that he is a new man, okay, and therefore he this who was a new man, he was a new man, he was new in the city, and after coming to the city, he planned to go to a particular hotel, but when he reached there, he could not find his hotel, and then the taxi driver told him that there is no hotel at this place for a long time, as there is a cinema. Now he feels very upset, that he is a new person to the city, and now he does not know where to go. Then the taxi driver recommends another hotel. Now after getting to another hotel, he just settles there, and plans to send a letter to his family, okay, writing about his whereabouts and giving them the address. Then he went out to buy some soap. Now you can see that, so why he went out to buy some soap, children, because you can see in the line, I had forgotten to pack any and I hate using hotel soap. So why did he go to buy, why did he go out to buy some soap? Because he hated using hotel soaps. So while returning, he realized that he has forgotten the name of the hotel or even the street. Understood? Now, since this man was new to this place, this strange man, it was a very difficult situation for him, as he neither had money, nor he knew any, nor he had any friends in this city. Okay, so it was a really helpless situation for him, because without money he had no place to go for the night. So what did he do? So he therefore came to this park. Okay, and this was all the story of the strange young man. Now let's move to another page. So after when he has narrated after the strange man has narrated his entire story to Norman Gortsby, Norman Gortsby was not ready to believe him, as he and at the same time he also asked him to show him the cake of soap if his story was real. Now, trustingly, this man didn't have the cake of soap which he was mentioning in the story. He started making, excuses that he might have dropped it somewhere, or he might have, forgotten to take it from somewhere. So Norman Gortsby realized that this man was lying to him, and he was trying to get some money out of him by just fooling him. Okay. So after realizing this young man that Norman Gortsby was realizing his truth, he just he hurriedly goes away from there, as his lie has been caught. Now, on the other hand, Norman Gortsby, he was taking a lot of pride that he gave that he saved himself from being fooled. Now, after when the young man goes from there, okay, after some time, Norman Gortsby was sitting all alone on the bench. He found a cake of soap lying on the ground beside the bench. You can just see here. Now, so then he just kept on wondering that this cake of soap, that the person, the young man was not lying to him, he was saying him the truth, and this cake of soap might have just dropped from his pocket, okay, while he was sitting on the bench. So children, now who do you think that the cake of soap belonged to? Yes, exactly. Norman Gortsby also thought the same thing. He realized that the soap must be of the young man. So what did he do? He just rushed. Let's come to another page. He just rushed to the young man, and he handed over the cake of soap to the man. He also told him that he believed his story, and he by believing his story, he just Norman Gortsby was feeling very sorry for this young man, and he also lent him some. He also lended him some money, and also gave him his address card. As you can see that in this paragraph, here is my card with my address, continued Gortsby, and date this week will do for returning the money, and here is the soap, don't lose it again, it's been a good friend to you. So so in this paragraph you can just see that Norman Gortsby lended him some money, and he also gave him his address card, so that he can any day he can just feel like returning money, and he can contact him on this given address. Now by doing so, he was feeling delighted. Why was he feeling delighted, children? Because he was feeling, because he thought that he finally helped a needy man. Okay. Now, after returning to his bench, he realized that the same old man who was feeling troubled. Okay, so you can just see here, as Godsby retraced his steps past the seat where the little drama had taken place. Little drama means all the drama of the finding and asking for the soap from the strange man had taken place. He saw an elderly gentleman poking and peering beneath it and on all sides of it, and recognized his earlier fellow occupant. So, what does this line tells, children? That after when he came back to his place on the bench, he realized that what did he realize? So he realized that the same old man who was feeling troubled and distressed, okay, was lonely, helpless, okay, who the man who was sitting next to him on the bench. Remember? Do you remember? Yes, the man who was sitting next to him on the bench, he had come to this place again. And why did he come to his place? Because he was feeling very troubled. Why was he feeling troubled? When Norman Godsby asked him the reason, he said that he was looking for a cake of soap. So here you can see, "Have you lost anything, sir?" he asked. "Yes, sir, a cake of soap." So he just old man said that he was looking for a cake of soap. So this particular line, this particular line shows that Norman Godsby, the protagonist of the chapter, he was fooled by the strange young man who had just cooked up a story just to make him fool and get some money out of him. So this earlier Norman Godsby was following his gut feeling, but later he got fooled by the young man. So this is all about the story, children. So what do you learn from this story? That we shouldn't be assuming, as you can see here in the very first line of the chapter, in the very heading of the chapter. Let's see the consequences. The man named Norman Godsby faces because of his habit of making very quick assumptions. So this chapter gives a lesson that we shouldn't be very quick at making assumptions. It's very good. It's better of us to help others in their need of time, but at the same time we should also we should take the steps in a very wise manner, rather than being flown by the emotions of other people, because we never because in doing so we never know that either we are really helping a particular person, or we ourselves are getting fooled by that particular person. So that's all about the story, children. I hope you all might have understood the summary of the story. So please go through this chapter, read this entire chapter thoroughly, and then recall the summary that has been explained by me in this chapter. Thank you.